In the wake of Canada's most deadly mass shooting in Nova Scotia, the Trudeau government took the opportunity, while the bodies were still smouldering in the rubble, to announce a new sweeping gun ban with a 2-year confiscation period, and for any of the 2.2 million armed Canadian citizens who do not comply, they will face criminal charges, fines, and imprisonment. As Winston Churchill was working to form the United Nations after World War II, he famously said, "Never let a good crisis go to waste." Indeed, the Liberals have wanted to enforce this gun ban for years, but they needed the right crisis that would generate fear. And they got just that when a mentally unstable individual tragically took the lives of 22 people in Nova Scotia. But taking the guns wasn't enough. Now, in an attempt to not let this crisis go to waste, the government, with the help of the mainstream media, is attempting to use a new narrative. Nova Scotia gunman was a psychopath and paranoid about COVID-19 pandemic. As the new narrative goes, the Nova Scotia gunman who killed 22 people in a series of shootings last month was a psychopath and paranoid about the novel coronavirus pandemic, according to newly released court documents. The gunman was also described as paranoid about the COVID-19 pandemic and the ongoing lockdowns in response to the virus, according to the same witness. This witness also told police the gunman had been disturbed and that he was severely abused as a young boy. The allegations contained in the ITO have not been proven in court. So while they admit that none of this has been proven in court, Global News still thought it would be appropriate to publish an article with the stern headline, "Nova Scotia gunman was a psychopath and paranoid about COVID-19 pandemic," court doc. This allows them to now double down on the narrative that anyone who questions the mainstream narrative must be one of these right-wing conspiracy theory wackos who, as we've seen, are extremely dangerous, they'll say. Now, when someone questions these ridiculous lockdown orders that are based on faulty numbers, the masses will view them as dangerous fringe lunatics, and it was all done by design, by publishing allegations that haven't even been proven in court. Much like the coronavirus 5G PSYOP Exposed, in which, in a live stream, I explained how a conspiracy theory about 5G being connected to the coronavirus illness was concocted by the government on purpose to discredit anyone who talks about the possible negative health effects from 5G as being one of those dangerous conspiracy theorists. Indeed, what is dangerous here is the manipulation of the minds of the masses in an effort to steadily steer the global population into a, quote, new normal, aka the New World Order. On a side note, I've been away for a few days, and over the last 2 days, I did something I haven't done in years. I watched television. I don't even own a TV and have not had cable for over a decade, but in the last 2 days, I checked it out, and I was absolutely blown away by the level of propaganda surrounding the COVID-19 so-called pandemic. Every program, every news station, and even every commercial had heavy rotation of some serious social conditioning on the COVID-19 narrative that it made me sick. As I said a couple weeks ago on Twitter, one thing I've learned in this COVID-19 84 world is that it has become incredibly easy to tell just by looking at someone who has a TV and who is watching too much television. So I'll end this video by stating the obvious. The television is conditioning you, and the mainstream media is poisoning your mind. Put a stop to it once and for all, and kill your TV. Once you've taken that crucial step, you should join us as a member here at Press for Truth, where we do just that. We press for truth, which, as George Orwell stated, in a time of universal deceit, telling the truth is a revolutionary act. Join the revolution, my friends. Subscribe to us on BitChute and check the links in the description to find out how you can get involved. Thanks for watching. This is Dan Dix reporting for Press for Truth.